Hey guys, in this video I wanted to go over my Rend setup for solo play. A lot of people have asked for it, so I figured I'd get something out there. I'm pretty busy just like grinding paragons for the most part, all that stuff. So I'll go over pretty much all the most simple things so that you can at least get your guy set up for this. The first thing you're going to want is 2-piece waste. You're pretty flexible on your slots, but you probably are going to use the shoulders at the very least. So 2-piece waste, this increases your Rend damage by 500%. This is a multiplier, and it also increases the duration by ×3. So what ends up happening on the Rend's base damage is 1100% over 5 seconds. Instead, this becomes 16,500% over 15 seconds, so it's a pretty big increase, and now you can combine it with the OP 6-piece IK, which is a 250% damage increase, and then you can also combine it with Lamentation. I have it cubed, which lets you stack Rend twice. So it's pretty ridiculous. I also have Focus and Restraint multipliers, and then Strong Arms to amp my damage a little bit more. There's some flexibility in gear choices, but for skill setup, for solo I would say Whirlwind, Blood Funnel. This is going to be your Fury Dump and how you heal yourself and move for Rend positioning. You're going to use Rend Bloodbath. This is by far the best strain because the Bloodbath procs from killing mobs are also amplified by the 2-piece waste and Lamentation. So essentially you can have 4 Rends stacked on one target. So when this happens, your damage is going to be pretty much more than any other class can do on a single target. Furious Charge, Merciless Assault. This is your Fury Generator and your means to proc Focus and Restraint. You're going to use Warcry, either Veteran's Warning or Impunity. Both work. I've tried both, but right now it seems my gear setup favors using Veteran's Warning more. Wrathless Berserker, Insanity. You could also use Striding Giant if you need the toughness. And then Together as One, called the Ancients. This is really the only choice here. It's going to give you a crap ton of mitigation. Passives, I would say Ruthless and Weapon Master are definitely a must. Boonable Kathos, I've been using this, but I might end up dropping it soon with a little bit of CDR on my gear. And then everything else is pretty flexible. Rampage, Brawler, Nerves of Steel, you can use any of those, or Superstition. I do like Superstition quite a bit because it gives you Fury, and you do have Fury issues in this setup, specifically on the Rift Guardian. Rolls, you're going to want Rend damage on your shoulders and your chest. Everywhere else you're pretty much going to want the basics. Vit crit on Helm, or life percent, that works as well. Your standard damage amulet, obviously I'd rather have physical damage increase instead of the strength. Strong Arms or Ancient Parthian Defenders with pretty much standard stats. If you are using Parthian Defenders, the way to proc it is Thunder Fury with Weird Ward on your follower. It'll give you a little bit of extra mitigation. It does make some difference. And actually somehow managed to get Stun on Gloves. You could also get Freeze on Belt, which would help proc them as well. Gloves, I think these are pretty much ideal stats other than a missing secondary resistance. Crit chance, crit damage, Vit strength. You don't want to lose that Vit roll, it's too valuable for how much you get out of it. Focus and Restraint, Strength, crit chance, crit damage. I'm considering dropping the Strength on both of these rings, looking for cooldown reduction, crit damage, crit chance rings. Belt, nothing special, just standard Strength and Toughness stats. And same thing. Weapon, this is pretty much what I think is ideal. Vit roll damage percent as your randoms. I've tried life per hit, it's pretty good as well instead of Vit. But I would say try to get as much damage from your weapon as you can. Boots, standard stuff. And for gym choices, Pain Enhancer, Taeguk, Bane of the Stricken, and Trapped. Combination of these 3 seems to be best. I don't really think there's any reason to run any other gems. I would say Stricken is the highest priority. It's going to save you a lot of time on the Rift Guardian. After that, it's kind of hard to say. Pain Enhancer synergizes with Stricken very well, especially since you can snapshot it. And then Taeguk and Bane of the Trapped one or the other. I think if I felt comfortable in my toughness, I would probably drop Taeguk for Pain of the Trap, but the nature of playing this build is you only rend mobs twice and then you run away, which you're going to get out of that 15-yard range. That is why I've not used it in my last clear, Greater Rift clear. I think this build will go into the low to mid 70 range when it is, you know, optimized with many Paragon levels. And then what else we got? I think that is about it for skills and gear. Gym choices. Cube. You're going to want Furnace, Lamentation. Pretty obvious. Unity for solo. I would say Convention for group. You can use this in a group setting if you're going to use it there. You're probably going to want to use Hammer the Ancients as a filler for a stronger consistency of damage, because Whirlwind really isn't used for damage in this setup. It's mostly used just to proc Pain Enhancer and to heal yourself and move around for positioning for your Rends. But if you were to use it for Hammer the Ancients with a Rend hybrid, you would use Braces of the First Men instead of Strong Arms, and then you would cube the Gavel. It's a very simple swap. I would suggest still playing as a physical setup, so you would use Rolling Thunder. You could use Birthright, but it doesn't make that much sense. This will give you more AoE. There's a little bit of flexibility with this specifick kind of Rend IK hybrid thingy, but the 2-piece waste, 6-piece IK, Lamentation, Furnace is pretty much what everybody's doing. Some people are using Striding Giant, some people are using Claw the Ancient Shoulders with Grandier instead. That way they don't have Fury issues, and it also lets you use Berserker Rage as a passive. I haven't experimented with that specific setup, but there are people clearing, you know, close to Greater Rift 70 with it. But this is what I've been using, and I'm pretty happy with it. It's actually stronger than I thought it would be over time. This setup will probably evolve a little bit, and I'll have some other things to say about it. But I did want to just get this out there. So, if you want to see some gameplay, I'll probably just have some links in the description below, because I already have done some Greater Rift clears and uploaded them. And that's about it. I'll see you guys pretty soon. I'm going to end up grinding more Paragon levels, all that stuff, because that's pretty much all I've been doing. Maybe I'll do a specific group setup at some point. So, thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys soon.